The Wisdom of the Baobab Tree, an African folktale. Long ago, in a village where the sun painted the earth golden and the winds whispered ancient secrets, there stood the mightiest baobab tree anyone had ever seen. The villagers called it Mwalimu, the teacher, for it was said that this tree held all the wisdom of the ages in its massive trunk. In this same village lived a young girl named Amara. Unlike other children who spent their days playing, Amara would sit beneath the baobab tree, watching as different animals came to rest in its shade. She noticed how the birds nested in its branches, how elephants rubbed their backs against its trunk, and how even the smallest insects found homes in its bark. One year, when the rains refused to come, the village faced its greatest challenge. The crops withered, the river grew thin, and worry spread through the community like wildfire. The village elders gathered each day, trying to decide what to do, but no one had an answer. Amara continued her daily visits to the baobab tree. One evening, as the sun set and painted the sky in brilliant oranges and purples, she noticed something strange. A tiny drop of water fell from one of the baobab's leaves, even though it hadn't rained in months. Curious, she looked closer and saw that the mighty tree had stored water in its massive trunk during better times. Not only that, but its leaves, when properly prepared, could make a healing tea, and its fruit could feed the hungry. The next morning, Amara rushed to the village elders. "Mwalimu has been trying to teach us," she exclaimed. She shared what she had learned from watching the tree, how it stored water, how its leaves could help heal the sick, and how its fruit could feed many. The elders were skeptical at first. How could a child know what we do not? They wondered. But Amara's mother spoke up. "Perhaps," she said, "wisdom comes not from age but from paying attention to the teachers around us." The village followed Amara's guidance. They learned to harvest the baobab's gifts responsibly, and soon the community began to thrive again. The people discovered that the tree provided not just food and water, but rope from its bark, shelter in its shade, and medicine from its leaves. When the rains finally returned, the village had learned its most valuable lesson. Nature's greatest gifts are available to all who take the time to observe and learn. The elders declared that from that day forward, all children in the village would spend time learning from Mwalimu, the baobab tree. To this day, they say that if you sit quietly beneath a baobab tree, you too might learn its secrets. But remember, wisdom doesn't always speak in words. Sometimes it speaks in the rustle of leaves, the shape of branches, and the patience of those willing to listen. And that is why, in many African villages, the baobab tree is still called the tree of life, and why elders tell children that before you can learn from books, you must first learn from the world around you.